Good morning. My name is Zoe, and welcome to our Sunday Live Dharma. I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit sleepy due to daylight savings. Thank you all for being here, despite it being a little bit earlier. This morning, our children will be joining us for Qi Gong with Reverend Sean, and later, we are going to enjoy a special conversation between Reverend Won Gong and her cousin and master artist, SoBean, about art, creativity, and spirituality. Now, please stand up behind your mats and let's join in happy relaxation Qi Gong movements.
Good morning, friends. Kids, little Buddhas, please come forward. Please come front. Oh, it already started. Come forward, please, because you want to look at what I'm doing here. Please come forward. You can line up here, facing me. Facing me. That's what? Adrian? You can look at me and let's start with the Qi Gong movements that I used to do it in school years. Start loosening ourselves with walking to the one side, to the other side. Let's loosen up our legs and shake off. Ooh. Stand, arms to the side, stretch, and down, neck to the side, neck stretch, breathe in, push it forward. Breathe in, push it to the sky. Breathe in, push it to the side. Breathe in, forward. And swing your arms to the side. Bring your fist up. Clasp your hands behind. And lean forward, stretch. To the other side. Stretch. Swing your arms. Let's see your muscles. Touch your toes. One more time. Swing your arms. The other arms. Ooh. Clasp our hands. Rotate our torso. The other side. One more time on each side. Wow, it feels so good. Clasp your hands, push it forward. Touch your toes. One more time, push. Touch. One more time on each side. There you go, Adrian. Clasp your hands, swing it over to the side, push it to the sky, and stretch your side. Let's see your face, smiley face. To the other side, swing. Push it up, stretch. To the side, stretch. Hello, Adrian. Let's swing our arms. Swing. Careful with your friends next to you. Swing high. Shoulder stretching. Up and down. Rotate. Up and down. The other way. I like your elan. Up and down, swing. And hey, hey, hey.
What?
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Blocking. Oh, good. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I like you, Oliver. And punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump to the side. Blocking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block. 1, 2, 3, 4. And kick. Hey! 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 And dancing, release. That's easy. Jump around, swing your arms. And let's settle down. Swing your arms. One leg behind, push it one arm, the other arm, and push forward. One hand, the other hand, both hands, push. One more time, push. Breathe. Breathe out, release. Breathe in. Feet together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold and release.
Are we done?
Thank you. Now, children will move to the residence
Okay, thank
without talking, in silent walking meditation. Please follow Stella, our volunteer teacher today. And friends here, please, let's offer 4 bows, either standing or full bows. Please stand behind your mat.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite source of marvelous existence. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, embracing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to develop justice and freedom through Dharma and universal principles. Meditation is simple and easy. Please take time to find your most comfortable position. Wiggle to release any tension you are holding. Gently rock back and forth until you feel balanced and centered. Relax your whole body. Relax your mind. Breathe in deeply. Release your breath fully. Let your mind settle onto your lower belly. This is the home of your donjon, your Qi energy center. Abide in your donjon and focus on your breath. As your mind and body settle, gradually and gently straighten your spine. As you do, you may feel your chest and heart opening. Look straight ahead and then let your eyelids relax. Softly align your ears with your shoulders and let your shoulders melt downwards. Enjoy the sensation of your arms and hands relaxing. If your face or body begins to itch, just let it pass on its own. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly to honor your own practice and the practice of those near you. When thoughts arise, don't be disturbed or play with them. When left alone, they will simply disappear. Continue to bring your awareness to your donjon and breath. When your mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation. As we meditate, may our ever calm, ever bright spirit be with us.
Page 4, Youngju Prayer Chant. Let us chant first in Korean once and together in English. When we chant in English, after each line we have 2 beats with a break and continue the next line and then 2 beats. Feel free to join us chanting anytime. 전지 영기 아심정 만사여의 아심통 전지묘와 동일체 아요 전지 동심정. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and Prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion
ambition into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts.
Good morning, everybody. This morning, we have a very special treat for you. Reverend Won and her cousin, master artist SoBean, will be in conversation, sharing their reflections and insights on art, creativity, and spirituality. Please welcome Reverend Won and SoBean.
Thank you.
SoBean, what are some childhood memories you have about Reverend Won and her family?
Okay, actually, before to answer, I have to say thanks to Kathleen and Linda and Rachel to make beautiful sentences to help me. Yeah. And yeah, I feel a little bit nervous, but understand me even if I make mistake, please. Okay. Yeah. We were children back in the 1970s. My family lived an hour away from Won Gong's family by bus. We used to visit her family on holidays. Back then, most families were quite poor. As a kid, I remember, but Won Gong's house being really dirty. Exceptionally dirty. I'm sorry. And the food was not that good. Totally not good. This was because Won Gong's mother was chronically ill. Even though Won Gong's siblings often looked unhappy, she looked cheerful and took care of her younger siblings. For me, it was hard to understand how Won Gong could smile under these situations. My brothers and I would have complained in the same situation because we were relatively spoiled. My feelings of compassion for Won Gong developed during those years. One holiday, we went to Won Gong's house and she made a special soup. She added spicy red pepper powder because she didn't know any better. Yes. But still the soup was delicious in my memory. And better than what we usually had at her house, and so we appreciated it. When Won Gong was in high school, she told me she was going to go to Won Buddhist college. She seemed very happy to become a Won Buddhist reverend. I kept track of her and heard that she was learning English in New Zealand and that she had moved to the United States. I was very happy that her hard work paid off and that she was seeing the world. Thanks to her dedication, I'm here in the United States for a month visiting. I've often thought that if Won Gong had a healthier mother, she might have chosen a different life path. Am I right?
That's right.
Okay, looking back, she was like a lotus flower growing out of mud.
Thank you so much for your words,
Yes.
SoBean. And now, Reverend Won Gong, what are some childhood memories you have about SoBean and his family?
As SoBean shared, our families exchanged to visit over the holidays. Whenever I got to visit his home, I noticed how it was really clean. Exceptionally clean. And the food was good.
Really?
Yes. My parents worked as farmers, so dirt was everywhere in my home, while SoBean's home was very tidy, and his mom was always cleaning. I was envious of that. SoBean has many older brothers who are all looking good. And some played guitar. As a young child, to my eyes, everything in my cousin SoBean's house looked cool and perfect. I remember appreciating SoBean's kind smiles and friendly spirit. Once, when I was in high school, SoBean, do you remember that I shared some poems that I had written?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I remember.
And you pointed out, wow, your mom shows up a lot in your writing. Just as my mother was a big theme in my contemplation about life, I have noticed that for SoBean, his mom was a special inspiration for his artwork and creativity. Years later, I realized SoBean took loving care of his elderly, frail mother, even though he had many other brothers and sisters. So I always appreciate his humane heart and caring energy.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah.
SoBean,
Yeah.
do you have any special childhood memory you can share?
Yes. Of course, all as you. So I have a lot of memories, good memories, but special memory. When I was 9 years old, my father died, and my mother made and sold traditional Korean fans to support us. She made beautiful fans. Many times, when she came back from a long day of selling fans, I could see that her face was very sad. When she got home, she still had so much work to do: cleaning, cooking, and laundry. So I wondered that I could do to help her. I wanted to cook something for my mom, but we didn't have much in the house to eat. But we did have radishes in the cellar, and I used them to make a radish dish. And it turned out pretty good. My siblings couldn't believe that I made it myself. I told them, yes, I made it for my mom and a little bit for the rest of you. From that time on, I have enjoyed cooking for other people. The sadness in my mom's life led me to deeply contemplate life and develop a loving compassion for others. I owe my mother for awakening in me the love of cooking and caring for people. Also, I became a chef. Yeah.
You're a really good cook.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Tell them.
Yeah.
One made for you.
Yes, yes. When I called him to come visit, and then I said, by the way, I don't cook that much, but we don't have much food maybe that you like. So would you please cook? And he said, yes. Since then, since he arrived, he cooks many different kind of Korean food. And he cooks very, very gracefully, very quickly, and whatever we have. So it can stay longer.
Yeah. You don't think? Her face is getting very brightening, more brightening. Yeah, with the beautiful cooks.
Thanks to you.
Okay, Won-Gong.
Yes.
What about you? What is a special childhood memory you'd like to share?
Do you remember years ago when I visited your art workshop in Korea?
Yeah.
I picked this sculpture to bring with me because it reminded me of something special. When I was about 10 years old, one of my jobs was to bring my baby sister to my mother for breastfeeding. I would wrap my sister like this onto my back and carry her to my mom where she was working in the rice paddy. It took about half a mile to get to the field. The scary part for me was the long grass path because there could be snakes hiding here and there. One day I was standing in front of that grass path, looking at my mom and others working far away. I stood there, worrying about what to do. My sister was hungry. All of a sudden, I heard a man's deep voice behind me, saying, it looks like a baby carrying a baby. Where do you want to go, little girl? I pointed to my mom far away, and in a moment, the man gently picked me up along with my sister who was tied to my back. With a piggyback ride, he carried us across the fields. I could feel the strong vibration coming from each of his big steps. What had seemed like a long distance between me and my mom disappeared, and we were by her side in no time, thanks to the help of my kind-hearted giant.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so beautiful and sad story.
SoBean, I noticed you know a lot about plants. When we walk around the garden,
Yes.
you know their name, you know what to do with the plants.
Yes.
And also your artwork seems to reflect your appreciation of nature through your use of the natural materials such as traditional hanji paper. What memories do you have of being drawn to beauty and nature?
Yeah. Actually, as you do, so I love nature and true nature. I love that. As a child, I really enjoyed being in nature. When I was 9, my eldest brother brought his fiancée to our home to introduce her to my family. I felt nervous because my house was small and humble, like a lodge. I thought, what can I do for her? My brother's fiancée. I went to a nearby mountain and cut wildflowers, brought them home, and arranged them in a jar. Doing this helped me feel better. Bringing nature into my humble home made it feel bigger and grander. Nature has been a comfort to many of my insecurities. And also, that made me a florist and a plant therapist also. Yeah.
The beautiful flower right there.
Yes, I arranged it. Up there, yeah. Yeah, okay, Won Gong. What are your earliest memories of being drawn to beauty and nature?
As a farmer's daughter, I felt deeply connected with nature, spending lots of time outdoors in the fields and in the mountains. Nature was my studio for singing, painting, and poetry. The sound of wind, bird chirping, and the smell of dirt and rain, they all were my muses for poetry and music. I fondly remember jumping between rocks and running around in the fields, pretending to be martial artists with my brothers. I always enjoyed playing in the big pile of haze everywhere in the rice paddies in the autumn season. This rich connection with nature carries through to my life today, even though I am far from the land where I grew up. Although I grew up with the material scarcity, the mountains and the rice fields made me feel complete. Ever since, nature has been the wellspring of my creativity and spirituality. Looking back, I'm grateful that my parents were farmers and that I grew up in the country. I'm a country girl.
Thank you both for sharing such poignant memories. Nature and beauty are indeed powerful forces of connection. SoBean, what are some other influences that have contributed to who you have become?
Yeah, totally my mom. Yeah. My mom was a huge influence on my becoming an artist. She was born in 1931. And at the time, girls did not get to study in school in Korea. Because of my mother, I have a deep respect for moms all over the world who helped to influence their children. My mother was from a wealthy family, but my father's family was poor. Before marrying my father, my mother had never worked because she did not need to. She chose a harder life to be with my father. She was always gentle with her children, and she was also very artistic. I think her artistic talent was in her genes and was passed on to me. Also, she was a good singer, so the gene is onto me also. Yeah. Out of my love for her, I took care of my mom for 11 years before she died. It was my present to her. It was my way of repaying her. But of course, I can never repay her. I'm comforted by the fact that she died in my arms. My mom continues to inspire me on my life journey. Yeah. Okay, what about you, Won Gong? What other influences have contributed to you, who you are today?
As you know, my difficult mom made me seriously contemplate what kind of life I wanted. And other major influences were school teachers and spiritual guides in Won Buddhism communities. And for the past 27 years since I moved to the United States, I have been influenced by American culture,
Oh.
especially by these fellow Dharma friends here in North Carolina. They have been inspiring me to contemplate this question. How can I be an authentic bridge between Korea and the US in sharing the profound Dharma of Sotaesan? The journey with this question shapes who I am now. It motivates me every day with my work and practice. SoBean, you often depict Catholic nuns and Buddhist monks in your paper sculptures. I love to use the little cute Buddhist monk sitting in meditation, that photo. I often use that whenever I send out community emails. How would you describe the connection between your spirituality and creativity?
Yes, actually, from my heart. But during my childhood, I was raised as a Buddhist. I went to Buddhist temples a lot with my mother. There are many Buddhist temples in Korea, and most people there were Buddhist. However, in my 20s, when I went to visit a Catholic church, I experienced receiving the Holy Spirit and knew that Catholicism would be a big part of my life. I was interested in becoming a Catholic monk. Won Gong, do you remember? You encouraged me to be a Catholic monk, even though you were dedicated to Won Buddhism.
I remember that I called you because as one of the school projects during my seminary grade school course, I am supposed to visit the faith group. So I know you're attending that your church, in Namon town, your hometown. I was deeply moved when you shared that you experienced the Holy Spirit, your spiritual experience. So that's why I think I encouraged you to be a Catholic monk. Why you are not a Catholic monk now?
I'm so sorry, but please forgive me. Okay, over time, I was drawn to becoming an artist. I loved the work I created, but I could not sell it. Then in 2010, my heart was led to create Buddhist monks and Buddha statues with traditional Hanji paper. While doing this, I had a powerful spiritual experience that clarified my path. Soon after that, I received an invitation to present my art at a show in Seoul. I told myself that if the show was not a success, I would devote my time to teaching students. The main paper sculptures I presented in the show were Buddhas and monks. And most of them sold. I was surprised. I couldn't believe I had made enough money to pay for a studio. So I could make more art. Okay, you can check it. Please visit to my studio, okay? And through Buddhist artwork, my path as an artist continued to unfold. I never did end up becoming a Catholic monk, but I feel that I am communicating my spirituality through my artwork.
Thank you, SoBean, for sharing with us how your spirituality grounds your creativity.
Okay.
These days, I've been enjoying your rendition of Namu Amitabha song based on the Catholic hymn. So would you share it with us?
Okay. First, like a Catholic song.
Yes.
Yeah. Sing Alleluia. And change it. Sing Namu Amitabha. Sing Alleluia to the Lord. Sing Alleluia to the Lord. Sing Alleluia, sing Alleluia, sing Alleluia to the Lord. Sing Namu Amitabha. Sing Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. Sing Namu Amitabha. All together. Sing Namu Amitabha. Sing Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. Sing Namu Amitabha.
Beautiful.
Thank you, SoBean, and thank you, Reverend Wonggong, for this inspiring conversation. Now, friends, the floor is open. Please feel free to ask any questions or share any comments you may have. Yes.
For me, as a private, please. Okay.
Leslie asked if there is a place for you all see SoBean's art. Actually, there is a link that he presented years ago in many places. Also, he has a beautiful volume of the book that has lots of beautiful pictures from his creation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Cristina, and my daughter Elena is 8 years old. When I was pregnant with her, I used to come and talk to Reverend Won Buddhist, and I used to see that sculpture. I saw it many times, and we had a blessing when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I kept on thinking, one day I will be carrying my daughter that way. And she knows how long it took for me to be able to do that. And it just happened that today was the first day that I brought my daughter to meditate. And you gave this talk and you're here. So I believe in science. So thank you so much. You can imagine how many times I sang to her when I was pregnant. Namu Amitabha. And I grew up as a Catholic, and then I
Wow.
detach myself from being a Catholic.
Yeah.
And I found this place, and this place became very special to me, far away from home. And Reverend Won Gong, one time she told me, look at those trees. The leaves are falling. You are pregnant now. The leaves are going to die. But everything has to die, so new life comes up.
Yeah.
When those leaves have leaves again, your daughter will be here and here soon.
Thank you, Christina, for sharing your heartfelt story, because SoBean really shared how one great mothers are in the world, and his deep connection with his mother's love brought so much joy and grace to everyone he meets. And now today I met your daughter sitting right next to you. She's quite grown up. You cannot give a piggyback anymore. She's a beautiful, healthy. Yeah, and we all children are here where we are, who we are, because thanks to mothers, all the worries, care, from the very moment mother, got pregnant for us. So big bows to our mothers.
Yes.
Past, present, future, everywhere, mothers. Thank you.
Thank you.
In Korean, mothers, 어머니, or 엄마, like mommy, 엄마. So he sang 엄마야 누나야. 엄마 means sister.
All to mothers of the world. 엄마야 누나야 강변 살자. 들에는 반짝이는 그 모래빛. 뒷문 밖에는 갈림의 노래. 엄마야 누나야 강변 살자.
He's a vending machine of all kind of songs. Whenever I push him, he can sing.
Yes. push.
Thank you, SoBean.
Okay.
SoBean. He will stay. How many days left? 10 more days.
Yeah, about
10 more days. Oh, well, while having SoBean with us, please hang out with him and enjoy.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful, happy energy. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much.
With some final announcements. Thank you for joining us this morning. Happy news. This week, Venerable Juksa Neem, our head Dharma master of Won Buddhism USA, will be visiting our North Carolina temples. Reverend Ginger and Reverend Yuri will also be visiting. We are so delighted and honored to have them here. There are many options for you to join us online or in person. Saturday, 10 a.m., Venerable Juksa Neem will talk about the number 3 from the essential dharmas of daily practice. Sunday, 10 a.m., he will talk about meditation, and there will be time for Q&A. Tuesday evening at 7:30, he will talk about chanting, followed by chanting meditation. Most significantly, next Sunday at 4 p.m., Venerable Juksa Neem will bless the 10th anniversary of our Raleigh Temple. Next Sunday afternoon, there will be a special celebration. in the Raleigh Temple that includes a video of the temple's 10-year journey, music, and food. Please come and join this wonderful event and congratulate our Won community in Raleigh on this happy milestone. We hope you will be around as much as you can so that you can meet Venerable Juksanim in person and listen to his wonderful and enthusiastic teachings. Here are some other awesome upcoming events this month. One more Qi Gong workshop next Friday at 3 p.m. A half-day spring retreat at our Raleigh Temple is on March 23rd, Saturday afternoon. You will get more information if you are on our community email list. We appreciate all of your donations, and now let us bless each other with our morning prayer song on page 13.
Next to us, and about our friends who join us online through, look at that little cute camera, Mr. Sony. Wave your hands with the two hands.